Hey there, once again, Wildcats. Welcome back. Another LC Coaches Show, the Mike Byrnes Show, if you want to call it that. That's what we're going to call it. I'm Brad Wilburn, back with you once again this week, and was hoping to be able to talk about 4 games, potentially 4 wins last week, but Mother Nature had other plans for this show, and we ended up not getting to play any of those games last week, as you know, with the copious amounts of rain that we endured, just weren't able to do it. So we're here back today to kind of talk about, I guess, what the team did do, and then look ahead to this week to the plan for potentially 6 games. Again, Mother Nature may have some other plans as well. But Coach, I know it was a bit of a frustrating start for you guys to the season to have these 4 games scheduled over 3 days and then end up not even getting to play a single one. So that had to be a little bit frustrating to not get to start the season when you had planned to initially.
Yeah, Brad, the guys were ready. I think our fans were ready. The coaches were ready. But, we can control a lot of things, but we can't control the weather. So in the month of February, all over, everywhere is just tough. It's kind of a hit and a miss. And we got hit this year, and in the past we've been okay early in the year, but this year it took its toll on us. But we're making up the games. Swanee's not going to be able to come down. They're going to come down in 19, but we're going to pick some games up with different people, and we'll make the 4 games up, and we'll play them in the warmer weather, so it'll be better for us.
Right.
Then, so.
Yeah, added a game against Russ College. That has been a game that would have been a day that would have been just a single game, now scheduled to be a doubleheader against the Bearcats. So, so with that change in the schedule, I mean, obviously it changed up your schedule for last weekend, but you guys were able to get a little bit of a practice in or additional practice in. I believe it was Friday when it wasn't as bad. But so, what did you guys kind of focus on during that time?
We didn't miss anything in the sense except hitting on the field because of the wet conditions in the outfield. We were able to do all of our stuff on the turf, all of our defensive stuff. Pitchers, we have a covered bullpen. They were able to get all their work in. So everything was simulated just like a weekend series as far as the hitting in the cages and everything. It just wasn't against somebody in a different uniform. Right. So we're ready to play Russ College tomorrow night, Thursday night, and then we're going to play them again, a doubleheader on Friday. And then we've got Loyola supposed to be coming in on Saturday for a doubleheader at 2 o'clock, but the rain is coming from the Texas area this way, and we may end up having to go down to New Orleans on Saturday. We're going to make that call late this afternoon. But we're going to play 6 games this week, somewhere, somehow, rain, sleet, or snow, but we're going to get 6 games under our belt this week.
Yeah, be sure to stay tuned to Twitter and Facebook and the website in case those games are moved on Saturday, to be sure to know if they're not going to be here, that you can make the trip down or you can figure out how to keep up with it there. But so, I mean, that leads to, I guess, another point there, though. 6 games in 3 days, obviously the plan was to get a look at a lot of different guys to try to figure out where the pieces fall. I have plenty of opportunity to do that, but it's also 6 games in 3 days. It's a lot.
It's going to take its toll at the end. Right now the guys are hungry and ready to go. The coaching staff's hungry and ready to go. I'm hungry and ready to go. But on that sixth game, we're all going to be wore out. But the guys we've as a coaching staff, we've met and we've got it scripted out on who's going to start what game, when, where. Pitching staff, we're going to try to look at 3 guys, maybe 4 guys per game. Let a lot of our young guys throw, a lot of our old guys get their work in, and get ready. The whole key is to be ready when we play the University of Texas at Dallas here in a couple weeks. And so we're going to look at different lineups and give some young guys some chances to get out there and prove themselves. And hopefully everything's going to work out for us. And in the end, we'll be a better ball club than we were when we started.
Right. So how closely are you guys, you and pitching coach Stuart Morgan, how close are you guys going to stick to that plan with the pitching staff? Say if somebody's going out and they're shutting them down 1, 2, 3, getting easy ground balls, are you going to say, hey, you were supposed to pitch X amount of innings, you reach that, we're going on to the next guy, or are you going to kind of let those guys continue on?
Everything's about pitch count. We're not worried about innings, we're worried about pitch count. Our pitcher's going to go out, and they know that they're not going out there to try to have a complete game. They're going out there knowing that they're going to throw 35 to 40 pitches, and then the next guy's going to come in. And it's all about pitching by committee right now. because we don't have those guys just to shoot out there and think you're going to get 6 or 7 innings in a 9-inning ball game.
Gotcha.
We're not ready for that right now. Hopefully we will be when we get into conference play. But everybody's got a job to do. Everybody understands what they've got to do, and that's how we're going to approach this whole coming up next 6-game schedule. We got guys that know they're going to go in. They'll be the first pinch hitter to come off the bench. They're going to know they're going to be the first guy to bullpen to come off out of the bullpen. Everybody knows their job. If everybody's ready to do their job, we're going to be successful.
Yeah.
And that's what we're shooting for.
Do you feel like having had those conversations with those guys to know, when they're coming in, when, like you said, they know they're going to be the first pinch hitter, they know they're going to be the first guy at the bullpen. Do you feel like that helps them prepare a little bit more, to know that, hey, I'm definitely playing today, I need to get my game face on?
Well, that's the number one thing. If you know when you're called upon and what you've got to do, be ready.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to see. We want to see if some of these young guys are going to be ready. We're going to start a couple young freshmen against Rust, and they're going to be nervous. The coaches are going to be nervous for them. The players are going to be nervous, but we want everybody to have some success. In a picture-perfect world, everything would go out great. But we're ready if there is a problem. We hit a bump in the road, we're gonna bounce back, and our guys they're resilient. They're going to be ready to play, and the next guy will take up. When it's not a one-man game, it's a team game, and everybody knows what their job is.
And I mean that's the great thing I think that a lot of us love about baseball is that you go to the Hall of Fame if you make an out 7 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have those bumps, like you said, those failures. It's how you respond to it and how you react to that really determines how good you'll be.
We talk about adversity every day. Baseball is a game of adversity. You have to be able to handle failure just like you handle success. If it was easy, everybody'd be playing, but everybody's not. And it's a game of failure, but you've got to be able to take it and you got to be able to build off of it. And these young men are working hard and getting better every day. And we're excited about this bunch. Our coaching staff is really working them hard, and they're biting in and getting into the system and know what we're asking them to do. And we're ready to get after it.
I tell you what, Coach, I'm ready to.
That's good.
It's going to be a fun weekend for sure. Again, scheduled for 2 games on Thursday at Billy Allgood, 2 games on Friday, all against Russ College, all at Billy Allgood. And then again, potential that the games against Loyola of New Orleans could be moved down there. So like I said earlier, just be locked into the Twitter, the Wildcats Twitter, the baseball Twitter, the Facebook, the website. Everything everywhere that the potential news could come out, it'll be there for you to sort of know if the games will be on in Pineville on Saturday or in New Orleans. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out then. So, Coach, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining me once again. Hopefully this time next week we'll be talking about some actual games and hopefully some wins and all that sort of stuff. And we'll be back then to discuss it all right here on the LC Coach Show with Mike Byrnes. I am Brad Welburn. We'll see you then.